Hi, I'm Mark. This is my February review for Gemini Sun sign and Gemini rising. This month we start off with a bit of a bad start because Mercury, your ruler, is retrograde, and he's retrograde until the 20th. So it's not a good time to make decisions or long-term plans. It's best to leave those till Mercury's direct again. Communications are not good. Paperwork goes astray. They're all things that can complicate matters. So leave those important decisions till later. We start the month on the 1st with an aspect between Saturn and Chiron. Now Saturn's in your 9th house. There's a very strong influence on the 9th house at the moment. So this is all about your beliefs, all about learning, but higher learning, not everyday learning. This is learning things that will change your life. The aspect from Saturn to Chiron is in your 11th house. So this is to do with friends, colleagues, acquaintances, group situations. So there may be situations in the past with authority figures or people in charge, maybe a leader of a group that you've had problems with. These need to be resolved now. You need to put these behind you so that you can get on with people now, and that you can cooperate well with authority figures. This is also in the house of your beliefs and your goals. So you need to set attainable goals now. Maybe in the past your goals were a little bit too far-reaching, and then it doesn't help because you don't get the satisfaction of reaching those goals. So you need to make them more attainable now, more realistic. And also we have an aspect from the Sun to Mars. Now Mars is in your 12th house. This is the house of the unconscious. So with this square there could be unconscious energies that come up. You may not be aware of them. But you may get confrontations with people and you may think, where did that come from? Well, it's come from the unconscious because Mars is in that area of your chart. So just be aware of that and be aware of any conflicts. And if there are conflicts, then it means that you need to change things. You need to change maybe the way you're behaving or the way you react to people. There could be something that comes up related to a decision you made earlier last year, probably about 9 months ago, whereby if you're tested on this now and you fail, then you need to adjust things. If all goes well, then you made the correct decision and there's no adjustment needed. On the 4th, Jupiter makes a square with the black moon Lilith, who's in your 12th house of the unconscious and spirituality. Now, Jupiter will expand the shadow. The black moon casts a shadow wherever she is. She's in your 12th house. Jupiter will expand that shadow and make it very, very visible to you. Now this could evoke some kind of primal fear that comes up through the unconscious, or it could be a bit of a spiritual crisis. Whatever it is, you can't help but see it. You have 2 weeks to deal with this, and as it comes up, you'll be able to work with it. And there's a great opportunity to become a better person when you find out what this is and you can deal with it and put it to rest so that you can move forward. Because on the 6th there's a fantastic aspect. The Sun connects with the Moon's nodes, and this is a great opportunity. This is a fortunate aspect for you. And this could point you in the right direction because the North node's in your 1st house, and the 1st house is about you as a person. So this could point you in the direction of a fantastic period of growth. There's several aspects to the nodes this month, so this is a fantastic time to get in touch with that energy and let it guide you forward in the future. Also on the 6th, Venus makes 2 aspects, one to Uranus in your 12th house and one to Chiron in the 11th. So this is a good time to get things out in the open, especially with friends and colleagues. It's a good time to discuss things. If there's any misunderstandings that have gone on in the past, it's best to talk about those now and put them to rest. Then on the 7th, there's an aspect from Saturn to Uranus. Saturn's in your 9th house of beliefs. So it could be that your beliefs have become too rigid. They may be crystallised, so you need to have a look at them. This aspect lasts till the end of the month, so you've got plenty of time now to update your beliefs. If there's anything that comes up now that challenges you, then you will have an idea of where you have gone wrong and where you need to make improvements. On the 9th, Mercury is also in your ninth house, makes a positive aspect to the moon's nodes. So this could shed light on the Saturn-Uranus square that we just talked about. Mercury could give you some clues here as to what you need to update, what you need to work on. It's almost like you're getting a message from your future self, telling you what you need to change. So be open for this. And then on the 10th, Mercury makes a square with Mars. So this is a tense day. This was when you could be a little bit irritable. So best to take a bit of time out on that day and not get into any confrontations, because you may feel a bit like a pressure cooker. You're about to explode, but it will just be verbal. It won't necessarily be anything physical, because Mercury is retrograde, so it could be stuff you're bottling up, and this could be released on this day. So just take it calm on that day. On the 11th, we have a new moon, and we also have two aspects from Venus. So this is a great day. The new moon is in Aquarius, which is about freedom, it's about originality, it's about inventiveness, and it's also in the ninth house, which is about expanding your mind, about doing something that's new and exciting. Venus is conjunct Jupiter, also in your ninth house. This could bring opportunities to travel in the future. It could also be bring people from different backgrounds into your life, new people. Venus also contacts the Black Moon Lilith, and these are very akin to each other. So this is a time to bring more excitement into your life, and also a time to expand your network, expand your social network, expand your business network if you're in business. And it's also a good time to also build on those beliefs again, because beliefs have become a major part of this month. So it's a good time to overhaul them as well. On the 12th, Mars makes a square to Neptune. Neptune's in your 10th house, which is your chosen path, your destiny, and Mars is in your 12th house, which is ruled by Neptune. So there's a feel of quiet contemplation here. This lasts for 4 days, time when you can think about things carefully, and there's things you may discover. You may discover that a certain path you're treading isn't right for you, or it's futile, or a certain course of action is just not getting you anywhere. This is a good time to examine this and work out what it is that needs changing. Then on the weekend of the 13th, your ruler, Mercury, makes its final backward push, and aspects a few planets here before it starts to turn forward again in a few days. So this again is not a time for action. This is a time when you may be a little bit down, a little bit not yourself. It could be one of those days when the glass is half empty instead of half full, and you might not see the good in anything. So all in all, it's a good time just to chill out and wait for Mercury to go direct on the 20th. On the 15th, Venus has an aspect with the moon's nose. Venus is in your 9th house, so this is a time when you can manifest your desires. It may be that you meet someone under this aspect that could have a karmic influence here. The South Node is in your 7th house, so this is a possibility of someone coming back from the past, but remember, the past has got nothing new to teach you. Then with the North Node, it's about you, so it's about developing you, and things you learn at this time are very important because they can help you in your path going forward and the future. Then at the end of the week, Venus has a more difficult aspect, this time with Mars. Mars is in your 12th house, so there's a lot of unconscious anger here that could be bubbling up and could manifest. You need to work out why this anger is manifesting and avoid any conflicts if possible. On the 20th, Mercury, your ruler, moves direct. This is good news because now all the planets are direct, and this will be the case until the 23rd of May. So it's a time to push forward with the energy now. A couple of days later, Mars makes a good aspect to Pluto. Pluto's in your 8th house of change and transformation. So this is a good time to use that Mars energy to creatively change and transform things. Put your long-term plan into being now and start moving things forward. Just be careful you're not too overzealous. Pluto won't allow the Mars ego to get too big. So calm it down a little bit and make sure that your plan and what you're going to do is in line with not only what you want but what's good for society as a whole as well. On the 24th we have the fourth connection to the Moon's nodes in February. This time it's Jupiter, so this is the longest one. This is 4 days. And this is the biggest one as well, because as we know, we've spoken about in the past, wherever Jupiter connects with something, it expands and grows. So this is a real opportunity now to get to grips with things. Now Jupiter's in your 9th house, so it may be time to reinvent yourself. It may be time to change your spiritual or your philosophical beliefs and become a different person. This is an ideal opportunity. There's a real strong karmic connection here for you to make some changes. It could also open up new things for the future. There could be travel opportunities come up in the future. There could be opportunities to meet and mix with people from different countries from around the world. Also time to really expand your mind, to learn things. It may be time to do a course or take on some additional learning so that you can better yourself. There's going to be lots of doors opening in the future, so you need to make the most of this aspect now. On the 25th we have an aspect between the Sun and Uranus, so this is going to encourage you to do more exciting things, and this will support the Jupiter with the North Node connection. So this will be good, and it's also time for reform with Uranus and the Sun in this positive aspect. The 27th we see a full moon, and this ties in as well because the full moon's in your 4th house. So this is a time to reflect and to contemplate and to look at the past and see how your past conditioning has formed your life. And maybe you need to make changes there. Maybe some of your habits are outgrown and outmoded now and you need to make changes. Also, security will come up, your emotional security and your physical security, because the full moon is in that 4th house. So you need to take time out. You need to relax, enjoy, perhaps being on your own for a little while and contemplate these things so that you can get that plan going that Mars and Pluto want you to get put into action. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If you'd like to leave me a comment, I'd be glad to hear from you.